Hi everybody, welcome to week 3 of RFM 310. I want to start by saying just how impressed I am with all of the work, all of the discussions, the way that you've been meeting deadlines, interacting professionally with one another. I just remarked to one of my colleagues at work the other day just what an incredible crew you are. So thank you for being so wonderful and working so hard. With that said, I've emailed a few of you, given you some feedback, and I want to underscore two really important things, probably three important things in this week's video that I'm sending to you to help get you started. The first thing is that I want you to understand that research is going to play a big part in this class and this degree. Now, don't let that freak you out. You do research all the time. Now you're just going to be doing it academically. So let me tell you what I mean by research. What I want you to do and to understand is there's two types of research that you can do for the project, for discussions, really for anything that you're interested in life. If you're looking to buy a new vacuum cleaner, you probably do a little research. You research things like price and what people are saying. Well, price is an example of quantitative research, and if you can quantify something, right, you can count it, you can inventory it. So things like statistics, I think Tori Ankarani gave us something in last week's DQ2 where she pulled out a statistic that something like 26% of people don't complain or something like that. That's quantitative research that she provided. Qualitative research would be what people are saying about vacuums. Maybe you go through and you read the list of what everybody is saying about, what's a vacuum? Auric. And you go through and you read, this person says, I love it, it picks up dog hair well, I hate it, it's always in the shop. That's qualitative. That's qualitative research. And you can YouTube, Google, find out articles that can explain these two even more in depth. What I want you to start doing is using research. Up until this point, the only research that you have provided is your own opinion and stories. And while those are valuable in an academic setting, you're going to be asked to find outside sources to back up what you think is true, or to back up what classmates are saying, or even to challenge one another. To say, okay, week 1, we all said that we thought it was the best thing to do not to complain. Don't cause any waves. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. But then you can do a little research to find out, is that really true? What is the data on restaurants that close? What percentage of it is due to guest dissatisfaction? Those kind of things would be very valuable to add to these discussions. This is a good way to segue into the final project. What I'm expecting of you in the final project is for you to create a tool to collect data. It can be qualitative, it can be quantitative, it can be both. From guests who dine in the brand new President's Dining Room, which is opening very soon. The construction manager tells me it should be ready this Friday, September 14th. So here's hoping. But you're going to find out what are ways that you can collect data. Are you going to do social media collection using hashtags? Are you going to talk to our IT department about maybe putting a link on the School of Hospitality page? Are you going to put cards on the table? I'm going to kind of shut my mouth and stop talking because I really want you guys to think of ways to collect information and feedback from the guests who dine with us in the new Culinary Center at 409 Adams. The second part of that is I want you to train for what you want them, the servers, the students who will cycle through the dining room to learn. I want you guys to create the standards. This is really exciting. You all are going to kind of be mobilized as my front of the house managers, as my guest service and experience experts. So I want you to pick one of those 3 areas of concentrations and you're going to create a training. So when you go to the President's Dining Room for your stint, and I would expect that we're open from 5 to 8, I would think that you'd probably want to be there for the entire operating hours. If you work until 5 and you can't get there till 5:30, that's fine. Just let me know that ahead of time. But what I want you to do is I want you to kind of look to implement how you're going to collect feedback. And you're going to run a service meeting, and you're going to train the servers that are working that shift in one of those three areas, what you want to teach them about service and hospitality. Okay, the final thing that I want to talk about is MLA. Now, I said that research is going to be really important to you in this class, in this course, and for the rest of this degree, and in many other courses. So if you're kind of hazy on MLA, now is the time to go on all the links on the portal that help out with MLA, to download YouTube videos, reach out to me if you need help. You guys all, for the most part, except for our outside hospitality friend, Travis, who's in this class with us, you guys all know that I've been 100% online student for 4 years and getting ready to start my next degree. And I had to do the same thing you guys. I had to teach myself the MLA language, and then they switched it up on me for graduate school, and I had to teach myself APA. You guys are going to do MLA. It's the easier of the two. Trust me on that. But you're not doing it well right now, okay? A URL or a web address is not citing your research. So anytime I'm assigning you end of chapter questions, case studies, anything like that, even in discussions, I expect you to bring some research into the conversation. From this point on, your opinion alone is not enough. I want you to bring research into all of those three components, and especially your project, so 4. So research, and then I want that research cited inside the document. There's a couple prongs, and you guys can find these when you Google it, where you would say to yourself, do I have to cite this source? And one of them is like, is it common knowledge? So, the day the Declaration of Independence was signed, enough people know that you don't have to go back and cite that source. Is it something that is like mainstream and everybody knows? That's another prong that you can ask yourself. For me, most of you guys know me well enough. If it's not something that everybody knows or is common knowledge, I'm citing that baby. And you can't cite too much. I'd rather err on the side of citing. So if you're going to answer a discussion question and find some research, some good academic sources or some industry sources like the National Restaurant Association. Technomics is a restaurant industry research firm that is an excellent source. Find things like that. Use a citation machine. Go to Cite This For Me or Citation Monster or something like that. Put your source into the citation machine. Make sure you click MLA 8th edition, and your in-text citation will come up that you'll do in parentheses right after you talk about whatever it is you're introducing in the discussion or the paper or whatever. And then on a separate page, you need a works cited page, okay? So starting today, from this point on, now you know. I'm expecting MLA format. So I've corrected a lot of your essays so far in your case studies. Go by my corrections, watch some videos, download some links, look at the resources on our portal, and as always, reach out to me with any questions. Can't wait to see what you guys do this week and in the weeks to come. Really having fun with you. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.